Coming up in this episode, Broncos winger has Super League interest. Souths hit by big fine. Ashton signs new deal. And Matty injury situation update. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing, and if you want to continue seeing more. We have got 4 stories from the world of Super League for you, with some good stories and some updates regarding this week's games and into the future. We start off at St Helens though, as St Helens head coach Paul Wellens has provided the latest on Sione Matty, who will again see a specialist in regards to his concussion. Matty has not played since suffering a head knock in his defeat against rivals Wigan on Good Friday. It was the second concussion in the space of 3 weeks after he underwent an 11-day protocol for failing a HIA in the win against Huddersfield. St Helens sent the former and some Australia and Samoan international to see a specialist regarding the reoccurring head injuries, and he will have another appointment in the coming days. Speaking to the media in his weekly press conference on Tuesday, Wellens went on to say he's got another appointment very soon that he needs to follow up on. It is pretty much guided by that appointment that he has in regards to where we're at with Sione. It's pretty similar to the last time I spoke to you. I can't give you a definitive time frame as of yet, but once he has had that appointment, there will be a bit more clarity around things. What I can say about Sione is that he is improving well. He is back out on the training field doing some training and reintegrating a bit more into squad. He hasn't done any contact work or anything like that, as you can imagine. We will be patient and do what is right by Sione. As you know, he is a very important player for us. It'd be great to get him back, but we'll be patient with him, and we'll see when that happens. Whilst it is an indefinite return for Matty, the 26-year-old is recovering well and is showing great signs of improvement. Wellens added, what we have to do in situations like this is take the advice of professionals, but also be guided by Sione's symptoms. For a few weeks after the incident, Sione was displaying some symptoms that put us in the position where we couldn't train him that much, even think about playing him. I'm glad to say nearly all of those symptoms have subsided now, and Sione will be making a great improvement. Hopefully it is sooner rather than later, but we will be guided by the professionals there. Matty, who is now 26 and coming to his time with St Helens, due to his announcement during the World Club Challenge that he was more than likely returning to Australia from 2024 onwards. He'll be a loss to St Helens, as he's been part of that core of Christian Woolside that have won the championship twice, the Super League Grand Final twice. Saints might be a little bit weaker at that, as he is a marauding forward, still young, still very competitive. Wish him well on his recovery, as Saints have been missing him. Anyway, Wellens have confirmed that prop Alex Walmsley, back rower Curtis Sirenen and winger Tommy Makinson will return for their trip to Catalans on Friday night, so that they all can be put into a competitive environment. Paul Wellens has also revealed that star centre Matt Percival will be out for around a month due to a hamstring injury. We move across the postcode now to Warrington Wolves, as they are delighted to announce that Matty Ashton has signed a contract extension with the club, keeping him at the wire until at least 2026. The 24-year-old speedster has made the step up to Super League from Swinton Lions back in 2020 and has since scored 35 tries in 54 appearances for the club. The winger also made his England debut at the weekend in the 64-0 victory over France. Ashton has topped the club's try-scoring charts in 2020 and 2022, and is currently leading the way this campaign with 7 tries in the opening rounds. He won the club's Player of the Year, Players of the Year and Young Players of the Year accolade last season. He holds the current fastest speed in the competition this year with 35.87 km per hour during round 2's match against Huddersfield Giants. Speaking about the news, Ashton said, "I'm absolutely buzzing to have agreed a new deal. This is a club that has done a lot for me during my time here, and I really want to repay that trust." The club are really trying to build something over these next couple of years, and you can see that in the players we've signed and retained. I feel like I've been a lot more consistent in my own performances this year, and I feel like there is a lot more growth in my game too. I need to keep working hard every day and enjoy being part of this group and environment. I'm very happy being at this club and want to bring success. His head coach at Warrington, Darryl Powells, added, "It's fantastic news that Matty has agreed an extension deal with the club. I had full belief at the start of last year that he would become an international winger of the future, and he has started this season in international quality form. He's a fantastic person as well as a quality player. I have no doubt he will be massive fans' favourite for years to come." Coming into the professional game in 2019 with Swinton Lions, the Lions signed him from Rochdale Makefield, which he went on to score 30 tries in 25 appearances, plus kicking 1 goal. For Warrington, so far those stats have been almost emulated, but the step up in quality has already proven it. It's going to be an interesting season with the young 24-year-old still having plenty of games, and Warrington playing some good rugby league with some good halfbacks, trying to produce the ammunition for the speedster. At 24, he could go on to huge things. At 3 years, might not see him yet reach his potential. Obviously, he is a top player when he has the ball in hand. Probably still has some work in defence to do, but he has put himself about, willing to use his frame, to be fair. A 6'2" lad as a deterrent for anyone to try and score against him. It'll be fun, and it'll be good to see how he grows on. Big things could be expected. We now move into the NRL, as last weekend NRL issued a breach notice to South Sydney Rabbitohs following round 9 match with the Brisbane Broncos at Suncorp Stadium. The breach notice proposes a fine in the amount of 15,000 Australian dollars for the following alleged breach of NRL operations manual. First of all, the Rabbitohs player Tavita Totola was named in the starting lineup as prop in the final team list submitted by the club. The Rabbitohs player Harmy Sella was listed as an interchange player in that same list. Sella, in fact, started the match in place of Totola. Then, on approximately 53 minutes into the match, the Rabbitohs player Jay Arrow and David Moali made their way from the interchange bench towards the field of play to replace Totola and Tom Burgess respectively. Totola left the field of play and Arrow correctly handed the interchange card to the interchange official in order to replace Totola on the field. At the same time, Moali incorrectly handed his interchange card to the Rabbitohs official and entered the field of play. Moali did not hand his interchange card to the interchange official as required by the interchange process. With that, Arrow and Moali had entered the field at approximately the same time, and that meant the Rabbitohs had 14 players on the field for approximately 15 to 20 seconds. It is only a small little breach, but there's 2 breaches and there's too many players on the field. It meant that the Rabbitohs scoreline still went in their favour at 32 points to 6. But I don't know who to put this down to. Is it the interchange official not being quick enough? Or is it the Rabbitohs knowing the rules and not following the rules to the letter? $15,000 may not be enough, but it didn't change the scoreline at the end of the day, so I think that's going to be bygones. I think they're going to appeal, and it will be, I don't know, $5,000 and the rest suspended for 2 years, or even 18 months to cover to the end of the season. It's only a little technical thing, but there's 2 technical things in there, so there's something that they need to look at. It has to be stress that they need to keep to the guidelines. Just a little thing, but I thought I'd bring it to you anyway. And finally, we get on to transfer market rumours, as there's one player from down under who's open to a move up to the Northern Hemisphere for playing Super League. We'll go into who that player is at the moment, but as we know, Super League have picked up some gems in the past, and as it's just gone past May the 1st, it's silly season where players can put themselves available, clubs can make decisions about contracts, and clubs can look into players that are off contract for the rest of this season and possibly into next season and beyond. We've seen some of those moves up to the Northern Hemisphere produce gems in such as Pat Richards, Carl Luai, and also Jamie Lyon. One star in Australia that is currently attracting interest is Brisbane Broncos' Jordan Pereira, which is what League Express understands. Pereira has found game time hard to come by in Brisbane since joining the club ahead of the 2022 NRL season, with the winger just making 5 appearances under Kevin Walters. Prior to moving to Queensland, Pereira has enjoyed fruitful spells at St George Illawarra Dragons, scoring 10 tries in 39 appearances over a 4-year period. Standing 6 foot tall and almost 100 kilograms, the 30-year-old is certainly in the mould of the physical archetype, athlete and powerful winger that dominates rugby league at present. Of course, he was born in New Zealand. Pereira would count on as a quota player in the Super League sides, but the winger is out of contract at the end of the 2023 season, meaning that a transfer fee would not necessarily be needed. It's a sort of player that a lower echelon team will be looking at. 30-year-old, good size, strength type of thing, but is he prolific enough as a rugby league player? Well, let's have a look. Well, essentially, Pereira is a latecomer into rugby league, starting in the NRL back in 2018, which is only 5 years ago, so 25 years old when he made his debut for St George Illawarra Dragons, where he started off in his first year with 3 tries in 9, 5 tries in 11 in 2019, 1 try in 15 in 2020, and 1 try in 4 for the Dragons in 2021. Hardly a prolific try scorer, and really a 0% win record in 2021. Then in 2022, he played 5 games, won 4, and scored 2 tries, which meant that he went up. His win record went up massively. 80% win record. That's always a plus. But 2021, he himself did not win a game. Will he have the quality to come up and make a Super League side any better? Just don't know. But at 30 years old, could be a positive for Super League clubs, and despite some NRL players in the country, he might not be on that big of wage. There's some positives about him. Big, tough winger, does score some points during the season, but is it enough to make a team step up that other level? I don't know. Don't think so. Hard to see. It's all speculation at this point. But tell me, could he make any Super League team better? And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking on that notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming your way in the near future. Tell me what your thoughts are on today's episode in the comment section below, as there's 4 stories to go through. But please use the comments for respectful comments. We want to keep a good discourse. I like the disagreements and debates, but always keep it respectful. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide. And I'll end the episode as you always do by wishing you all the very best. So please stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode.